For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to what in essence is part 2 of the Super Team experiment on FUT Champions. In the first part, the weekend on Friday, I think it went live, we played the first game of FUT Champions in a live com, and then obviously we'll head into now over the course of the next couple of days the rest of the FUT Champions games. These videos will come out as an extra video each day, so you'll have this tonight Monday, another one tomorrow Tuesday, and then another one Wednesday, hopefully in time for weekly rewards to come out, should I say, for a video either Thursday or Friday. Unfortunately, we lost our first game, of course, in the previous episode. I did one as a live com and then went off and just recorded 40 or 39 other games over the course of the weekend. I started on Friday night, was able to get 10 done Friday night. Those 10 you'll see in this video. Then played another 20 on Saturday, which you'll see in tomorrow's video, and then the final 10 in the video after that. Unfortunately, we start with 2 defeats. Obviously, the first game in part 1 with the live com. This one, I got absolutely smacked. So, not the best of starts. We're off to 0-2, but don't worry, it does improve. We're coming up against a Serie A side here with a couple of SBC players in there, Parolo and Insigne. Surprised that he went with Informatri up top, to be completely honest. There are plenty other much more efficient and much more prolific strikers that you can get in Serie A, but never mind, I'm quite happy that he's playing in Informatri. I felt comfortable up against him, and to be fair, Diego Costa felt comfortable up against his defenders as well, just showing absolute strength to get past the defender there. He's got 94 strength, Diego. You can see it again here, just holding off Chiellini. Unfortunately, the defender does get there to play it back to his keeper, but he then makes the mistake, and Diego pops it into the back of the net. If you're wondering why Diego Costa is playing, of course, I have a rotation side. I showed you both teams in part 1 the other day. So we've got the Super Team, which is SBC Buffon in goal, Inform Florenzi at right back, Chiellini, Ramos and Jordi Alba. Then in the midfield at 2 CDMs, we have Inform Brozovic and Inform Casemiro. Across the 3 of the 4-2-3-1 are Figo, Dennis Bergkamp and Giggs, all legends of course, and then up top we have third informed Gonzalo Higuain. This guy has a legend up top though, Ruud van Nistelrooy, who gives him a 1-0 lead after just 9 minutes, but we turned that around not too long after and then went on from strength to strength, so don't worry about that. In this rotation side that we use for fitness, basically just saves you having to spend 1,000 coins on a squad fitness every couple of games. I have at present, lone Butland in goal, but once his loan ran out, I went out and bought Thibaut Courtois to go in goal. In the defence, second informed Seamus Coleman at right back, then Chris Smalling. I started off with Vincent Kompany at centre-back, but switched to Laurent Koscielny halfway through, and then at left-back, I had Azpilicueta to start off with, but again switched halfway through to Gael Clichy. At CDM, this is in a 4-2-3-1 as well. At CDM, I had Inform Yaya Toure and N'Golo Kante. The 3 in the 4-2-3-1 on the right-hand side was Inform Henrik Mkhitaryan. Although I think I started with Raheem Sterling on the right-hand side and switched. No, I'd already switched by that point. I had Inform Mkhitaryan on the right. At Cam, I had Kevin De Bruyne, who's incredible. On the left-hand side, Player of the Month Hazard, and up top, Player of the Month Diego Costa. We ran out 5-2 winners there against Noble Black Bear. That was the first win of the FUT Champions weekend. So we are now currently 1-2. Oh no, that was the second win, sorry. I must have commentated all the way through a previous game. So that's 2-2 now for the FUT Champions weekend. Hoping, the aim was to get to Gold 1, and if we could, get into Elite. Elite 3 was 29 wins, so I can afford myself 11 defeats. This guy's playing a 3-5-2 or 3-4-2-1, I guess technically, with Griezmann up top, Martial and Remy on either side of him. So Remy being played out of position, but still a very strong side. Gonzalo Higuain, though, there's that 96 finishing. He is deadly. Honestly, such a good striker. If you can pick him up, if you can afford to pick him up, he's around about 300,000 coins right now, and he will just score you so many goals. He has more than a goal-to-game ratio for me, even after playing in FUT Champions all weekend. I think it's something, I can't quite remember off the top of my head, something like 45 games played, 67 goals scored, I think. I get torn apart by Martial here, and then Yeah, Buffon does that, which doesn't help. So he pulled one back in the 70, was it 75th or 85th? It's a little bit blurry in the top. I think it was the 75th minute, but we came out with a 2-1 win regardless. So we're on a 3-win streak right now. 3 wins and 2 defeats, so we definitely have turned it around after an iffy start. The first guy we've come up against that actually has one of the monthly rewards in his team. You can see there Jermaine Defoe up top with a Hunter card on him, SBC Bayerine at right back. You always come up against, or 95% of the time, come up against Smalling and or Butland and or both plus Bailly. And I would have used different defenders in my in my Premier League rotation side, but you might as well just use Smalling and Butland, which is exactly what I did until, of course, like I say, Butland's loan ran out. So we went with Thibaut Courtois instead, who's 89 rated, so still a decent replacement. Bergkamp slots that through there nicely for Ryan Giggs, who doesn't score that many goals for me, I have to be honest, in this side. But his overall play is pretty good, and that pace on the left-hand side is pretty handy in counter-attacking situations. Dennis Bergkamp, though, absolutely deadly in front of goal. He has 47 goals and 45 assists in 69 appearances. So he's incredible. He costs £1 million, but just let's concentrate on this free kick, shall we? That is hands down the best free kick I've scored on FIFA 17 this year. Luis Figo with an absolute cracker of a driven free kick right into the top corner. Keeper, no chance whatsoever. I think that brought the rage quit, did it? No, it was just a 4-0 victory in this one. I did have a number of rage quits throughout the weekend that gave me victories. I don't know whether any of them were people. You can see how much I dominated there. 21 shots, 15 on target. Was able to convert 4 of the chances, so his goalkeeper definitely had a lot of work to do. But that puts us just 1 win off bronze 1 now. That's a 4-win streak. We're now 4-2 as we push into the 7th game. This one, though, slightly more difficult. The full backline of Smalling, Bailly and Butland, as well as Kyle Walker at right back. Nice SBC Kazawa at left back, though. Matuidi and lone Manuel Petit in the middle with Kante there too. And then he had stat cards on not only Matuidi, but Fekir, Lacazette, and I can't quite remember who he had on. Was it Martial on the left-hand side? I think the Frenchman. But Diego Costa gives us a good lead here after 4 minutes to set us up nicely. But he was able to come back. Nabil Fekir here down the right-hand side. Always going to turn inside on that left foot. And I did read it. He just had the pace to get away from me. N'Golo Kante, beautiful ball into Lacazette, who pile drives it in at the near post. And dab. So it's 1-1 now as we head into the second half. Fekir into Anthony Martial, and then Lacazette buries it into the back of the net again, and dab. So it's 2-1 defeat, unfortunately. So that moves us, rather than going from to 5-2, which would have been a really good start, actually, it drops us to 4-3, which gives you a completely different outset or completely different mindset pushing forward into the next few games. But I tried to pick myself up and go again. Martial, a couple of scream cards in there as well, actually, Lukaku and Fellaini, but I constantly came up against Martial and, as you can see, Chris Smalling and Kyle Walker as well at right back there, with Hugo Lloris in goal this time around, so he could get in a couple more French defenders. But Kevin De Bruyne does really well here to work his way through, fires that into the top corner after 28 minutes. Kevin De Bruyne is so good. Only 4-star weak foot, I say only. He 4-star weak foot and 4-star skills. If he had a 5-star weak foot, he'd be even better. But that 4-star weak foot is still good enough. And again, a mix-up with the goalkeeper that costs me a goal, unfortunately. That pulls him back level after 52 minutes. He's actually then going to put himself in front here. Romelu Lukaku into Willian. Willian's going to slot that in there to Dele Alli, and he puts it into the back of the net to give him a 2-1 lead after 74 minutes. So we've gone from 1-0 up to 2-1 down, and then he's actually going to make it 3-1 here. Ball over the top, out wide to Kyle Walker, marauding forward from right back. Ball into the middle. Lukaku completely unmarked. That's 3-1 with 8 minutes to go. And then I was playing on full tilt, just trying to get myself anything to try and get myself back into the game. But Dele Alli into Lukaku, round the corner to Martial, 4-1. We unfortunately lose. So we lost 2, then won 4, and then lost 2 again. So you can tell I wasn't really in any sort of form, to be completely honest. I had more chances than him in that game and plenty of possession as well, but that seems to be my problem regardless of what team I play with, whether it's a normal average team or a fantastic team, like a super team. I'm not that clinical in front of goal, or not as clinical as I need to be. This is an extremely good Premier League team, by the way. Inform Mkhitaryan on the right-hand side of the front 2. changed to a right forward rather than the right-sided midfielder that he is by default, and then informed Jamie Vardy up top. We went 1-0 down early on thanks to a header from David Luiz. Dennis Bergkamp pulls this back inside here to Casemiro, though. Good strength from Higuain, and again, that 96 finishing coming in handy. He's kind of the main reason why I did so well in FUT Champs, or why I did as well as I did in FUT Champs. Dennis Bergkamp and Diego Costa and Gonzalo Higuain as 3 players, probably KDB as well. Just the 2 cams and the 2 strikers in both sides that link up beautifully, constantly assisting and scoring goals for one another. They're the reason why I was able to score as frequently as I was. Unfortunately, that rebound off the post went straight back to Jamie Vardy, so he's pulled it back to 2-2 here, and we're in the 118th minute here, and 1 through ball completely splits my defenders. You're not going to catch him from Jamie Vardy. Yep, thanks very much. That means that we unfortunately lose 3 in a row. So you can see I'm streaking. When I get a win, I'm building on it and I'm going on a run. And then when I get a defeat, I'm crumbling and then going on a run. So we're now 4 wins, 5 defeats from our opening 9 games, which isn't the best of starts. But I did improve throughout the weekend. Saturday's games I did even better, or significantly better. And then Sunday's games I did even better than that. So theoretically, if I now continue that sort of form into the RTG teams for next weekend, if I can qualify, then I should hopefully do quite well in FUT Champions. We'll just have to wait and see. Gonzalo Higuain gave us the only goal of the game in that one, and we were thankful that it came back off the post again. He and Dennis Bergkamp getting the highest match ratings, both on an 8.7. I did quite dominate this guy. 8 shots, 7 on target, 60% possession. That's kind of my main tactic, because I'm not the best at defending. I tend to try and keep hold of the ball, be patient in my build-up, and create chances as and when I can, unless the guy I'm playing isn't very good. Like you saw in a couple of previous games, we had like 20-odd shots on goal. It's an average start, a 5-5 start after 10 games, but tomorrow the games are most definitely going to be better. More goals, more wins, and fingers crossed, more progressions through the leaderboards. But that's going to be all for today. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Do drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too for more Ultimate Team, and of course plenty of career mode content as well. There was 2 videos uploaded, or no, there was a video uploaded earlier on today, a career mode Road to Glory, and there will be 2 career mode videos uploaded tomorrow. Career mode Road to Glory and My Player, and another episode of this with Saturday's game. So plenty of content coming up on the channel over the next few days, as always, as should be the case for the next few months. But that's all from now. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.